Agent Provocateur, from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. An agent provocateur, French for inciting agent, is a person who commits, or who acts to entice another person to commit, an illegal or rash act or falsely implicates them in partaking in an illegal act, so as to ruin the reputation of, or entice legal action against, the target, or a group they belong to or are perceived to belong to. They may target any group, such as a peaceful protest or demonstration, a union, a political party, or a company. In jurisdictions in which conspiracy is a serious crime in itself, it can be sufficient for the agent provocateur to entrap the target into discussing and planning an illegal act. It is not necessary for the illegal act to be carried out or even prepared. Prevention of infiltration by agents provocateurs is part of the duty of demonstration marshals, also called stewards, deployed by organizers of large or controversial assemblies. History and etymology. While the practice was worldwide in antiquity, modern undercover operations were scaled up in France by Eugène-François Vidocq in the early 19th century, and included the use of unlawful tactics against opponents. Later in the same century, police targets included union activists who came to fear plainclothed policemen, agent de police in French. The French term agent provocateur was then borrowed as is into English and German. In accordance with French grammar, the correct plural form of the term is agents provocateurs. Common usage. An agent provocateur may be a police officer or a secret agent of police who encourages suspects to carry out a crime under conditions where evidence can be obtained, or who suggests the commission of a crime to another, in hopes they will go along with the suggestion and be convicted of the crime. A political organization or government may use agents provocateurs against political opponents. The provocateurs try to incite the opponent to do counterproductive or ineffective acts to foster public disdain, or provide a pretext for the final assault against the opponent. Historically, labor spies hired to infiltrate, monitor, disrupt, or subvert union activities have used agent provocateur tactics. Agent provocateur activities raise ethical and legal issues. In common law jurisdictions, the legal concept of entrapment may apply if the main impetus for the crime was the provocateur. By region. Canada. On August 20, 2007, during meetings of the Security and Prosperity Partnership of North America in Montebello, 3 police officers were revealed among the protesters by Dave Coles, president of the Communications, Energy and Paperworkers Union of Canada, and alleged to be provocateurs. The police posing as protesters wore masks and all-black clothes. One was notably armed with a large rock. They were asked to leave by protest organizers. After the 3 officers had been revealed, their fellow officers in riot gear handcuffed and removed them. The evidence that revealed these 3 men as police provocateurs was initially circumstantial. They were imposing in stature, similarly dressed, and wearing police boots. According to veteran activist Harsha Walia, it was other participants in the Black Bloc who identified and exposed the undercover police. After the protest, the police force initially denied, then later admitted that 3 of their officers disguised themselves as demonstrators. They then denied that the officers were provoking the crowd and instigating violence. The police released a news release in French where they stated, "At no time did the police of the Charité du Québec act as instigators or commit criminal acts, and at all times, they responded within their mandate to keep order and security." During the 2010 G20 Toronto Summit, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP, arrested 5 people, 2 of whom were members of the Toronto Police Service. City and provincial police, including the TPS, went on to arrest 900 people in the largest mass arrest in Canadian history. The RCMP Watchdog Commission saw no indication that RCMP undercover agents or event monitors acted inappropriately. Europe. In February 1817, after the Prince Regent was attacked, the British government employed agents provocateurs to obtain evidence against the agitators. Sir John Ratcliffe was an agent provocateur for the Prussian secret police. Francesco Cossiga, former head of Secret Services and head of state of Italy, advised the 2008 minister in charge of the police on how to deal with the protests from teachers and students. "He should do what I did when I was Minister of the Interior. Infiltrate the movement with agents provocateurs inclined to do anything, and after that, with the momentum gained from acquired popular consent, beat them for blood and beat for blood also those teachers that incite them, especially the teachers. Not the elderly, of course, but the girl teachers, yes. Another example occurred in France in 2010 where police disguised as members of the CGT, a leftist trade union, interacted with people during a demonstration. Russia. The activities of agents provocateurs against revolutionaries in Imperial Russia were notorious. Jakub Zhytomyrsky, Yevno Azev, Roman Malinovsky, and Dmitry Bogrov, all members of Okhrana, were notable provocateurs. In the Trust Operation 1921–1926, the Soviet State Political Directorate, OGPU, set up a fake anti-Bolshevik underground organization, Monarchist Union of Central Russia. The main success of this operation was luring Boris Savinkov and Sidney Riley into the Soviet Union, where they were arrested and executed. United States. In the United States, the COINTELPRO program of the Federal Bureau of Investigation included FBI agents posing as political activists to disrupt the activities of political groups in the U.S., such as the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the American Indian Movement, and the Ku Klux Klan. The American Civil Liberties Union requested an investigation of Denver police at the 2008 Democratic National Convention where undercover officers allegedly staged a struggle with uniformed police to be removed from the crowd of protesters, which prompted another uniformed officer to use pepper spray. A New York City police officer undercover in a 2013 motorcycle rally was sentenced to 2 years in prison in 2015 for second-degree assault, coercion, riot and criminal mischief for their participation in the gang assault of a man driving an SUV with his family, which had hit a motorcyclist and continued driving. Internet. The Internet has been utilized for information warfare, with many Internet trolls acting as agents provocateurs by disseminating certain propaganda. Such tactics are used to further the interests of countries, corporations, and political movements.